Hi students, we shall move on to the next topic, virtual circuit and datagram networks. A network layer can provide connectionless service or connection service between two hosts. The network layer connection and connectionless services in many ways parallel to the transport layer connection oriented and connectionless service. We know in transport layer, we had connection oriented and connectionless services. Similar to that, the network layer also have connectionless and connection service. Here, the connection oriented is known as connection service, but we don't use the term connection oriented here. Just connection service and connectionless service. In transport layer, these services are process to process, whereas in network layer, it provides host to host. So, host to host connection service and connectionless service is the main concern of this virtual circuit and datagrams. The computer networks that provide only connection service at the network layer is known as VC or virtual circuit, and the computer networks that provide only connectionless service at the network layer is called datagram networks. Now we can see how the virtual circuit is implemented. The implementation of the connection oriented service in the transport layer and connection service in the network layer are fundamentally different. We saw in the previous chapter the transport layer connection oriented service is implemented at the end systems. But here we will see the network layer connection service is implemented in the routers, in the network core devices. And a virtual circuit consists of path, means a series of links and routers, and it also contains a VC number. This number is assigned to each link along the path, and there will be entries in the forwarding table. There will be entries for each VC in the forwarding table. A packet belonging to a virtual circuit will carry a VC number in its header. This VC number can be changed on each link. A new VC number will be obtained from the forwarding table. In a virtual circuit network, the network routers must maintain connection state information for ongoing connections. Specifically, each time a new connection is established across a router, a new connection entry must be added to the router's forwarding table. And each time the connection is released, an entry must be removed from the forwarding table. Notice that even if there is no VC number translation, it is still necessary to maintain the connection state information in the routers. From this figure, we can identify that for every incoming packet, there will be a VC number. For this packet, it is 12. And when the same packet is forwarded through the interface 3, the same packet's VC number is getting changed. The same information is available in the table also. For the incoming interface 1 at the router, the incoming VC number is 12. And this packet is forwarded to outgoing interface 3 of the router and the same packet with another VC number 22. Same 22 is forwarded with another VC number 32 here. This is how the virtual circuit is working. Once the connection is established, the router should remember all the state information till the connection is teared down. There are three phases for a virtual circuit. First phase is VC setup, second it is data transfer, and last one, third one, VC tear down. During the setup phase, the sending transport layer contacts the network layer and waits for the network to set up VC. The network layer determines the path between the sender and the receiver, through which all the packets of the VC will travel. That is, for entire set of packets in a single connection will take the same path. And once the connection is established, the VC packets can begin to flow along the same virtual circuit. The last phase, virtual circuit tear down, this is initiated when the sender wants to terminate the connection. The forwarding table will be updated by the router that VC number is no longer exist. So an entry will come into the forwarding table when the VC is set up, and the same will be removed when the VC is teared down. So during this period, from the connection setup up to the tear down, the router should remember the path, and all the packets for the same destination will be routed towards through the same virtual circuit. This is something similar to that of the old telephone circuit network. And here another overburden is all the resources like buffer, CPU, bandwidth, etc. For the time in which the new VC setup is ongoing, it must be reserved during the data transmission time. Some signaling protocols are used for setting up the connection and tearing down the connection. And virtual circuits are actually obsolete, and they are used in ATM, frame relay, X.25 telephone calls, etc. And they are not at all used in the today's internet terminology. So the internet is a network which is purely working upon the datagram technology. These are the different phases or different steps taken while establishing a connection. That is, step number 1, to initiate a call, and the network layer set up a connection between the sender and the receiver. And the third step is the receiver accepts the call from the sender, and connection is established at the fourth step, and data flow begins from fifth step, and it receives the data at the receiving side. And next phase is to tear down the connection. This is how the connection is established. The datagram networks are connectionless networks. There is no call setup in the network layer. No need for the router to remember the state information, and no network level concept of connection establishment. As the packet is transmitted from the source to destination, it passes through a series of routers. Each of these routers use packet's destination address to forward the packet. In this figure, we can see how the set of packets are moving through a network. Suppose the packets are sending by the sender in the order 1, 2, 3, 4. The sending side, the packets are in the order 1, 2, 3, 4. And each of the packets are taking their own paths. That is, a router decides to forward the packet to some path. Not all the packets of the same circuit have to move in the same path. So the packet 2 is moving this way, packet 1 is moving this way, 4 is moving this way, and finally at the destination end, the packets will be received in the unordered manner. So the duty of the receiver is to rearrange the packets in the exact order and deliver it to the upper layer in the same order as the sender sent, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Here in this forwarding table, we can see the addresses are within a particular range. All the IP addresses that can be accommodated in an IPv4 addressing system, all the entries will be there in the forwarding table. So about 4 million IP addresses will be there in the forwarding table. So it is not keeping each and every IP addresses. It will keep a starting value and ending value. And any of the packets within this range will be forwarded to the output link 3. The router matches the prefix of the packet's destination address with the entries in the table. If there is a match, the router forwards the packet to a link associated with the match. It is the conclusion of the datagram. It is a connectionless service, and routing table keep a range of IP addresses and corresponding link interface. And the router matches the prefix of the packet's destination address with the entries in the table. And if there is a match, the router forwards the packet to a link associated with the match. All the packets are free to use any available path. As a result, intermediate routers calculate routes on the go due to dynamically changing routing tables on routers. It is generally used by the IP network, and it is used for data services like internet. So currently we are using the datagram type of communication.